Okay, so I'm here at Tom's Creek Farms with Mr. Larry, and we are out in Eastover or
Hopkins.
Hopkins, Eastover area, southeast Richland County. And he is going to show us his whole farm. And right now, we are in one of his greenhouses at the aquaponics station.
Yep, with goldfish.
There's a lot of goldfish in this pool that he showed me, and he said 1 year ago he bought these at the pet store for 25 cents each. And I'm going to try to reverse the camera so you can see how big they are now. They grew full size in 1 year. They've had babies already, and the reason why they have all these goldfish is they're helping to grow their plant.
Yep.
So Mr. Larry is the expert. I'm going to let him take over and tell us about how these goldfish do that.
Okay. So this was a sample project that we started with COVID. This is the tank. The only electricity in the whole setup is under here is a pump. It goes up into here, catches the solids of the fish poop, and then the nutrient water is here. And from gravity, it comes and feeds the beds. Right now we're growing lettuce. And when it goes back through, the plants go to the water, and it goes back to the fish as clean water. This is a small setup. We'll show you the big setup in a minute. But this is
Iceberg, or
this is iceberg, yeah.
Iceberg lettuce grown with goldfish filtered water.
Yep. The harvest time is cut in half. You can grow it quicker. Sustainable, no fertilizer, no soil, nothing.
How long does it take?
On a typical in the ground, it takes about 90 to 105 days. I can grow it in 56.
Wow. So in the matter of 2 months, you've got
yep.
enough lettuce to harvest.
Yep. I don't know if you want to show. Those are just blueberry bushes and pineapples.
How long does pineapple take?
Years.
Years.
And they only grow in a greenhouse in South Carolina.
Okay.
This lettuce is only 31 days old. Yeah. So here we have a big setup that's made out of 85% recycled material. This lettuce that she's showing you here is romaine. It is 31 days old.
Wow. So you grew this. You put a seed in there 1 month ago.
No, you got to start it first.
Okay.
You have to start it and put it in here when it's about 2 inches.
Okay.
So yeah, this is all aquaponics, all with catfish.
So in the other one, he had goldfish.
This is catfish.
He's got catfish and bluegill.
Bluegill, yep.
Bluegill fish, all filtering the water.
And then this, if you want to talk about this was a project that we did with USC. We actually watered our plants by the cloud. The students actually programmed a box, Android box, that ran a water pump, and this was a pH sensor and water moisture. So what we did is this bed that you see, we split it half and half. We hand watered half of it with tomatoes, and then we watered the other half by the cloud with an update of every 5 seconds. And at the end of harvest, the cloud watered tomatoes produced more, smaller fruit, a little better tasting. The hand watered plants got huge and produced less fruit.
Wow.
And the track you see here, I can show a picture of the track, the little black strip. The second phase of the project was actually adding a robot that ran down this black strip, and it scanned the plant and growth height every 10 minutes, and it did it for disease. And then the third step of our project is we're actually adding drones, and the robot is going to dock and talk to the watering system, so it's all automatic from the robot.
Wow. Whose idea was all this?
This is my father-in-law's in the project with the university.
Oh, wow.
It's all AI. It's going to be all AI ran, and you can take this and put it out to a 100-acre field.
Wow. And so, are there other farms that do this?
Google is doing some stuff. It's all AI. Yeah, Google's doing some stuff with it.
Wow. So in South Carolina, y'all are one of a kind.
One of a kind.
Wow. So, what is your background?
I am a born and raised dairy farmer from upstate New York. Got on a dairy farm, went to Florida, said I'd never farm again, and then moved up here and got back into it so my kids could be raised on a farm.
Okay. And what was your training or education for the life of farming?
It was all hands-on when I was 12 years old.
Right. And as a dairy farmer, what did you do?
It was strictly dairy. We did row crops and milked cows.
Okay. So what could a farmer expect from day to day, what their job would be like?
Your job would be getting up, checking all the plants, watering. You get to do some cool stuff like drive tractors, equipment, harvesting, and just seeing it grow and knowing that you're going to feed somebody.
Right. So you sell your plants and
Yep, we wholesale actual plants. We start plants. We wholesale plants. We're a licensed nursery. We also do live farmers markets. We have wholesale accounts to restaurants.
Okay. What are some of the restaurants in the area that you sell to?
We do Forest Lakes Country Club.
Okay.
We do a couple restaurants in Sumter. Peach Orchard Processing we do, which is a big wholesale account. Yeah, it's fun.
So if we have any students on the call that are interested in farming or agriculture, what are your recommendations for getting started?
Get in young and get hands-on.
We're in a good place to do that.
You're in a good place to do it.
Right.
There is a lot of agriculture in South Carolina that people don't even know.
Right. So earlier you were telling me you could make 6 figures on a farm.
You could easily make 6 figures on a farm.
What would be the best strategy for doing that?
Get your whole family involved. No, you can do it. The biggest hurdle is finding help.
Okay.
To work on your farm. Well, other than that, it's very rewarding. I mean, we're family. This is women owned. My wife and my mother-in-law actually own the farm.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a family event. We're all involved. There's 8 of us.
What's your schedule like?
6 a.m. to dusk to dawn.
Right. 365
days a year.
Right. Well, what do you like most about farming?
The best is the reward that you're knowing that you're making a difference and you're feeding people.
Right.
It's a lot different than dairy farming. Produce is great.
Right.
It really is.
What's the hardest part?
Hardest is working 365 days a year.
Right. And are there any skills or personality traits that somebody should have to do farming?
You have to be very open-minded.
Okay.
This could be stressful. It can be stressful. It can be real easy and real beneficial.
Right. How did you transition from dairy farming to what you're doing now?
Well, we actually started as an olive tree nursery.
Here in South Carolina?
Yeah, that's what all those where you walk by them.
Oh.
We're the first one in 80 years.
Wow.
Believe it or not, South Carolina 100 years ago was covered in olive trees.
Wow.
Thomas Jefferson brought them.
Never knew.
And they got took out when all the wars, when Britain came in, and they switched. They said to go out and indigo because of clothing and stuff. So the olive trees kind of got ripped out, kind of got put wayside. But if you take a flat map of the world and you put your finger on Columbia, South Carolina, and you go straight across, you hit the Mediterranean.
Okay.
We're on the same equator line, so we have the same climate as the Mediterranean.
Uh-huh.
Mediterranean is the #1 grower for olive trees.
Right. Makes sense.
So we're bringing them back.
Can we take?
And then, yeah, we can take a look at them.
Yeah.
And we actually got some out there in the pot. But since an olive tree takes 3 to 5 years to produce olives,
right,
we decided, well, what are we going to do? We're not going to sit here and
no, you're not going to watch
around.
it grow.
So we started growing produce.
Okay.
So it works hand in hand. You can do multiple different areas and income areas too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can do a bunch of stuff for income.
So can you show us what you've got in this greenhouse?
So this is the big aquaponic setup. So you can see it. We got green peppers over here. Over there, you saw the broccoli.
Mm-hmm.
This is carrots and radishes behind you.
Oh,
This is actually, I'll pull a little carrot up.
little baby carrot.
Little baby carrot. And this is, we like to grow some odd stuff that you can't get in the grocery store. That will be a radish. It'll be a long radish. These are rainbow carrots. These aren't your typical orange carrots.
Right.
They're purple and red and blue.
What are your best sellers?
Tomatoes,
Right.
cucumbers, peppers, and carrots, actually.
Okay.
Carrots are a big seller. And lettuce.
Right.
Lettuce is a huge seller. Very profitable.
Okay.
Lettuce is very, very profitable. And broccoli. Well, if you want to take a look over at the broccoli.
So I thought this was collards at first, but then I saw the broccoli in the middle.
And then we grow some crazy eggplant. This is Japanese long neon eggplant. Something you can't get at the store.
Okay.
That's where the money is. When you do the exotic, unique stuff, we've already picked pretty much all of these.
Do all these plants have to be grown in a greenhouse?
No. It's just the time of the year right now. There's nothing really grown in South Carolina except collards, broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower grow in the field right now in the winter. That's the winter crops for which we have them out in the field too.
Right.
This is I don't have any of these, we picked them. This actually is a Nigerian fluted pumpkin bush, which is in Nigeria, it's basically a zucchini.
Uh-huh.
But they call it a fluted pumpkin. Another thing that you can't get at the store. This is red leaf romaine.
Right. I've seen that in the store.
Yeah. Yep. Swiss chard. That's all iceberg.
Could you tell me how the water goes again?
Okay. So like the little goldfish setup you saw, we have a pond out back of the greenhouse with fish in it. It pumps into here. These are the baby fish. They go in here. They get pumped up into this tank, which catches the solids, and then the gravity flips down, and the water is off right now because it's on a timer.
Uh-huh.
Runs through the beds, and it comes out here filtered, and then it goes back to the tank and back to the pond. So the fish are constantly getting fresh water. And we know we can't catch any catfish, but we tried.
So it's its own regulated
Complete
filtration
loop system. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Complete, there's no filtration. The only electricity is that pump right there. It's the same thing that works off of gravity.
Wow.
The only electricity you run, and that's a high efficiency pump. It literally costs about $20 a month to run.
Wow. So you're growing so many crops off of $20 a month.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Well, and cat and fish food.
There you go.
We'll go look at there's olive trees right up in here. Can you pan out and show them that the ones every place you see a white stake is an olive tree.
Those are all olive trees.
Those are all olive trees. And since it's so hard to get olive trees in South Carolina, because we're not a state that grows them, these were actually propagated from cuttings from our trees. We propagated 3,000 this year.
Oh, wow.
We grew these from cuttings. These are getting ready to go in the field in the spring. In this greenhouse, we're resetting this one. Tomatoes. Oh, we're growing okra. Everybody says we can't grow okra in this house.
Really?
So this one row of okra right here We have cut almost 150 pounds of okra off.
150 pounds.
150 pounds of okra.
Ay,
Off
ay,
one row.
ay.
Because okra actually just keeps regrowing. You can cut it and cut it and cut it, and it just keeps regrowing. It just doesn't survive out in the wintertime. A frost kills okra. So,
but in here, you're able to continue.
in here, because of the climate control, we're continuing. Yeah, see?
Right, that's a full okra.
Full okra. Let's take it off.
I can't believe 150 pounds from
Just
one
off
row.
this one row.
Wow.
And it's been here for 6 months.
6 months.
We have grown these plants for 6. We have not replaced them, not done anything. They just keep regrowing. Like, that's new growth. We just keep cutting them. See the cuts that we do? And they just keep regrowing.
How much would 150 pounds of okra make?
Well, you sell it for $2. We sell it for $2.50 a pound wholesale.
So do the math. Over
Yeah.
300.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in one row.
One row, yeah.
One row. Those are tomatoes in the middle.
Right.
Then we got some
Peppers.
Then we got some hot peppers.
Mm-hmm.
And then we start everything from seed. We don't plant anything from seed in the ground or in the greenhouse. We start everything ourselves so we can control it. This is cucumbers.
Oh. That's a little baby cucumber.
Yeah.
Do you have to know about plants to be a farmer?
You do have to know about plants. You have to know when to water, when to fertilize.
Right.
But there's a lot of technology you can use too. We have pH meters and moisture meters that we can stick in the ground. And there's a lot of technology that's very readily available.
Right. So do you see farming changing more in the future with the technology?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. There's a lot more mechanical harvesting. People are coming out with machines to harvest. They're taking a lot of the labor out of it, so it's more efficient.
Right.
Of being an owner.
What kind of students were those at USC that came up with the robots and the AI?
So that was an information technology class.
Okay.
And that was, a kid wrote the program. He actually wrote the code that the little boxes in there that did the watering as a final project.
Wow.
And then it went on farther because the university picked it up and said, oh, this is something legit.
Money.
This is making money. This can do it. So that's where it all came about. But it was just a final project for a student.
Wow.
And he got
amazing.
a team of like 3 kids, and that's how, and then they started a class.
So did you tell him these plants need so much water every so often?
Yeah, we did. There's so much information on the internet on how much the plant takes to water and how long it takes to grow and what you should expect and all that stuff. So he kind of did all that, and he coded it, and with the sensors, it watered itself.
Perfect. So there's less room for
and it
error.
was efficiency too.
Yeah.
We used probably half the water.
Oh wow.
From hand water so it's an efficient program too.
So it grew more, healthier, tastier, and less water.
And that's a big thing is water conservation too. We try to do our own water. Like that pile there, that's our compost pile. We make our own soil.
Okay. Wow.
Those are just more olive trees over there. Yeah, those are all olive trees.
Do you feel like you need to know any business skills to be farming?
There's a lot of bookkeeping.
Yeah, okay.
But on the bookkeeping end, there's a lot of programs to help farmers too. The USDA is great.
Okay.
They have all kinds of programs, grants.
Mm-hmm.
They work with their office. There's USDA offices in almost every county in South Carolina. For bank loans. I mean, you just can't walk in the bank and say, I'm a farmer and I need $50,000.
Okay.
You have to show that you're making it. So bookkeeping too.
Mm-hmm.
That actually is a rescued thoroughbred racehorse.
Wow. Where did it come from?
Kentucky.
Wow.
Desi. That's Desi. she's kind of. Yeah, that's my daughters. Come on. But these guys aren't even a year old yet. We're showing off.
You said they protect them from predators?
Yeah, predators, coyotes, wolves.
Oh.
We don't have wolves, but we have coyotes. Raccoons, possums, and things like that.
Oh, I see sheep
Yep.
and goats.
So we're actually a licensed butcher too. We're our state licensed to butcher poultry, sheep, and goats here. So we take one of the middlemen out.
Uh-huh. How many dogs y'all have?
Yeah, one in every pasture.
Okay.
She separates them.
The dog.
The dog does, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Then she'll lay in the middle of them so she can watch both of them. These are hers. Hi, hers. I know you're gonna be a picture now. That's you're just spoiled brat. Yeah, we also do duck.
You sell the duck eggs?
We don't do the duck. We do duck meat.
Okay.
The duck eggs we kind of grow out. We let them grow ourselves. This is Hershey. I guess. These are actually rescued. We just rescued these. These are Nigerian dwarf goats.
Wow.
We're gonna do a petting zoo on the other property when we do the farm store.
Okay.
And that's what these guys are all. These are our twins that were just born.
When were they born?
I don't want Dixie in here,
Okay.
so. That's Monday and Sunday. These are ones that these are my kids' sheep. These guys are 4 months old.
4 months.
3 months old.
Okay.
That's Mama right there. Those are my egg layers over there. A regular pork chop is $4 a pound. This is $10 a pound.
Okay.
So it's another one of the unique things. That's why we have them. Because it's not beneficial to grow them commercially for meat.
Uh-huh.
But as a smaller farm, we can grow them and make twice as much money on them. Yep.
Out of the meat, what's your best seller?
Pork chop.
Pork chops.
Okay. That's good. He's waiting for tomato.
Oh.
And they're more docile pigs. They're a lot. Pigs are really, really rough on the heart.
Okay.
Really, really rough. I mean, they'll root and tear up crops and everything else. These guys are just laid back. They're all laid back. Real friendly. They don't get huge.
Probably just 5 more minutes and then we can maybe take a couple questions.
Another big beneficial thing that we didn't touch is bees. Bees are the most important workers on this farm.
Right.
And their honey brings a very, very good revenue stream.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So who handles all the bees?
We have somebody come in because we don't have time. Bees are very, very hands-on.
Uh-huh.
We just feed them ourselves like in the wintertime. But because the beneficial part of it is bees pollinate all of our produce.
Right.
So they go in all the fields, they pollinate, they make, and pollination increases your harvest almost 2 times.
Wow.
So And then the benefit is the honey part of it. Honey sells for about $1 an ounce right now, I think.
Wow.
Something like
How many ounces do you get off of one hive?
that. You get about 5 gallons
5 gallons.
off of one hive.
And you said an ounce is
About $1.
$1 an ounce.
80 cents an ounce or something. You can wholesale it out for like 65 if you need to move it. I have a very good friend in Georgia that all he grows is potatoes and onions. And so he goes to Florida, sells his potato, onions, fills the truck, comes up and sees me on Thursday, and I trade him stuff to take to his farm stand in Georgia.
Wow.
Yeah. We do free farmers markets a week.
3. Okay.
We do 2, sometimes Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. So,
Okay. So you spend those days at the market and all the other days here, harvesting, feeding animals.
Yeah.
We're just about at the end of our tour with Mr. Larry at Tom's Creek Farms. Before we wrap it up, does anybody have any questions that do the animals help with the crops that go bad? How do they deal with the invasive pests?
Nothing gets wasted here. Every bit of produce that rots out or we bring back from the market that we don't sell goes to the animals.
Right.
There's almost zero waste here.
Wow.
And like that's going to you can't feed potatoes to the animals, so that's going to the compost pile.